The National Brain Tumor Society, we are the largest nonprofit in the US that is dedicated to the brain tumor community. We are dedicated not only to finding new and better treatments for those affected by brain tumors, but hopefully one day finding a cure for this terrible disease.
The ride has really been, over the years, probably not that technologically savvy in the way we do things, but I think PSS brought a whole number of things to the ride. The way we track our people, keeping track of the money, record keeping, accuracy, just enhanced the ride in so many different ways. And I think it's going to help to bring us to another level as far as being better organized and making the ride more successful.
The success of an event these days, of a charity event, depends on the degree, not just the degree of technology, but the user-friendliness of the technology. And PSS was able to bring that to the brain tumor ride in just our first year.
We were a participant of the NBTS ride. We rode with them for several years, and it was a great organization doing great work. Because of the fact that we were involved with them, we began to notice, as the time would go on, various areas that they struggled with, not in running the ride or generating revenue or doing good work, but in actually operating the event.
So we went to PSS and we said, help us. We're so old, we do things so old school, please let us know how you can help us. And we asked them to help us come up with a registration system. Back in the old days, last year, we had a system where basically people would come to register and they would fill out their form with a pen and a paper. It worked for us, but it was old-fashioned. The lines started forming. We had people waiting longer than they should have. PSS essentially created a system for us where people could just walk up, they could just state their name and register electronically, which was wonderful. So 60 days after the event, they can fundraise up until that point. And PSS had a system in place, so if a person wanted to charge their credit card that day, they certainly could. If they wanted to wait for the 60-day hold-in period, they could absolutely do that as well. And also, another system that they had put in place for us was tracking our riders for our Boston Brain Tumor Ride. So in past years, we'd have our riders go out, they'd be on the road, we'd hope that they all came back safely, never really knew exactly where they were at any point during the ride. What PSS put in place for us was a system where when the riders were leaving on the morning of the event, they would be tracked. So we would say, okay, rider number 163 has left. At various stops throughout the ride, we would also be tracking them. So if they were picked up by one of our emergency vehicles, they would be tracked. If they went to a water stop, they would be tracked. When they came back in after they finished the ride, they would be tracked that they had finished. So it was a much better system in place. We at any given time could know where the riders were, know where they were in case any of their family members were looking for them. And again, just for our records to make sure that everyone made it back from the ride and made it back safely. So they put in some really great systems for us this year, which worked out fabulously.
We've taken what we learned from the National Brain Tumor Society and we've turned it into a product aimed specifically at the charity event organizer, those people who do the runs and the rides and the walks. We've taken the three pieces, the three components of that event and automated their facilities. We can provide automated registration, faster, more efficient, less lines, provides flexibility in how you process the payments that you receive, provides accurate reporting of what you've collected in pledges. We've automated donations, providing for an efficient capture of who's doing the donations, their amounts, and the ability for you to provide them with tax documents instantaneously. Last but not least, we provided a methodology for your emergency teams that offers a level of comfort to both you and your participants that should something happen to them out on the event, the emergency team has the capability to instantaneously relay back to the command and control center at the event who you are, where you are, what happened, and what they're going to do about it. We think that those three pieces represent the kind of model that a charity organization would look for to say, we are going to run the best event we can.